Okay, Coach will make an opening. Now we'll go to questions for the players. Just raise your hand and wait for the mic. And if you're asking a specific player a question, just make sure you say who you're asking, because you need to transcribe. Okay.
Manny, what got into you today?
In summer of 1991, I was 18, and I worked 12 basketball camps that summer after my freshman year at college. And the first basketball camp that I worked was at SMU. And the first camp coach that I met in my first ever camp coaching experience, his name was Kyle Smith. And the job he's done in his career is remarkable. Has had only hard jobs and has been ultra successful everywhere he's been. And he's created a niche from the Ivy League all the way to the westernmost university. I just have the utmost respect for him and his staff. Really enjoyed studying them, how good they are, how well coached they are. And I thought our guys did a really good job executing the plan that the staff put together. And we're thankful to be able to play one more game.
Questions for the players, please. Right here.
Hi, Old Buchanan, Tech Zags for either player, but I guess I'll just start with Quenton. How are y'all able to come back and have such a strong offensive showing in the second half and was so dominant after having some trouble shooting in the first half?
What do you mean by like comeback?
Well, y'all at one point were shooting like 73% late into the second half, and y'all were dominant. I guess the difference, maybe not comeback's the right word, but what was the difference, do you think, offensively in the second half that y'all are able to score and shoot such a high percentage as opposed to the first half?
I would just say the ball was falling. We're playing the right way. We were playing for each other. We were able to run a little bit in transition, get out. Most of all, we played for each other. Like I said, we played with energy, and the shots just happened to fall. Every shot we shoot, we expect to make. So in the first half, they wasn't falling. I don't know why, but that's just how the game goes sometimes.
Travis Brown from the Eagle. Hey, Q, I know, kind of piggybacking off that, the lane just seemed to open there in about 7 minutes left in the first half. Y'all were able to drive and get a lot of buckets. I think like 69% of your buckets are from drives. What was the switch there that opened up the lane for y'all?
I really couldn't tell you. Throughout the game, we just tried to stay aggressive. Everybody stay aggressive. We didn't want to be passers. They went to a zone at one point. We didn't want to be passers in the zone. We wanted to stay aggressive in the zone. So we were able to just attack while they were flat-footed. And then we had a lot of dunk downs. Henry ate this game off dunk downs. We just, as guards, we try to be aggressive, get downhill, and make plays for each other.
All right, in the back, somebody has something?
Manny, when you have a game where you start out, not shooting so well, I mean, how much did it help, and were you surprised that just you guys were able to get to the paint just that well?
I think that's a testament to the trust that the staff and the players have in me, in terms of just, when you're going through a slump, you just don't put your head down, you keep it up and you keep going. And that's what I told myself, because I already knew, what Q was going to tell me, right when we got into the locker room, to just keep going, keep being aggressive. Coach Buzz tells me the same thing, Coach Lau tells me the same thing, Coach Dev tells me the same thing, everybody does. So I think just me keeping my head up, being even keel and just trying to make the right play, I think that's what kind of helped me get into the groove.
Okay, right here.
Q, a question about Manny. He has this ability to elevate in the air and hold it for a second. Just talk about his growth, being like a big brother to him this year, and what you've seen him do.
I really make me happy talking about this, so you for me, I'll get ready. Manny's an incredible person, not even just a basketball player, like on a personal level. Manny's probably the sweetest kid, the best kid I've ever known. He means no harm to anybody, but his growth as a basketball player has come a long way. When he first got here, he wasn't as confident in his game, but when I was seeing him working out, I knew he had the ability to be something great. So I just kind of took it as me putting confidence in him. So I would tell him all the time, like, you want to work out, let me know. We used to be in the gym 4 o'clock. I used to tell him, come to the gym with me. Boom, he used to come to the gym. So once I seen that he was willing to put in the same effort that I was, then I knew he was going to be all right. He just needed the confidence. So I just try to keep instilling confidence in him. And even when he get down on himself, I tell him, like, that's how the game goes. You got to keep going. But yeah, man, he's an exceptional kid. I love him.
Question right here.
Kay Nagley with Battalion, Manny then Q. Looking at the position y'all are in now, if you could tell yourself one thing during y'all's losing slump, what would it be?
Just keep going. Just keep going. I think that's one of the biggest things that's helped me through this year as well. Through the slumps, the ups and the downs. Once you quit, quit. You let the devil win, and that's something that I hold really dear to myself, and I know Q does the same. And I think that's what's helped us get to this point. Nobody gave up on each other. Nobody gave up on the staff. We all love each other, and we all want to win for each other. We want this group to play as long as we can, and that's what we've done. So I think that's the answer to your question.
All the way in the back.
Q, job not done.
Job not done.
That's 4 in a row, though, with double-digit victories here in this NIT tournament. Just the confidence you guys are playing with right now.
Yeah, I don't know. We're locked in. We're in a great groove right now as a team. The coaching staff has been doing an amazing job with the scout reports and all of that, working overtime. So we're overly prepared for whatever is to come next. As players, we just got to go out there and play with confidence and stick to the script, and we'll be all right.
You have a question here?
Yeah, just in thoughts on getting to play in this kind of venue and what that was like, not only warm-ups and shoot-arounds, then coming here and getting to do what you did in this kind of place.
As a basketball player, it was a cool little vibe. I can't even lie. It was kind of cold in here. It was really cold, so it was hard trying to get going. But just the history behind this arena, monumental. It's exciting, As a senior, have 2 of my last games being Madison Square Garden. It's huge. It's huge. I can't ask for anything better.
It's huge.
Are we good with the players? We good? Okay, gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck, Thursday.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, questions for Coach? Sorry, here.
Ethan Hennessy, Happening Hoops. Coach, you had such a big discrepancy in points in the paint. What allowed you guys to be successful and also lock down Washington State on the defensive end?
12 had shot 100 more balls than number 4 on our team from 3, and 2 had shot 100 more balls from 3 than Q on our team. And I think from studying them, one of the things that I don't think they got enough attention for is they were top 30 in threes in the half court nationally, top 30 in threes in the full court nationally, and then top 30 in offensive rebounding percentage. I think their team knows who's going to shoot, and I think their team knows who's going to rebound. And so our concern was, can we only give them one shot? Their success in the NIT specifically, they have been dominant on the glass on the offensive rebounds. And so we wanted to shoot more balls. And then for us, we always want to get to the bonus first. We fouled a lot in the first half. We had multiple guys. I think every starter had 1 foul prior to the second media timeout. We're not comfortable playing like that. I'm for sure not comfortable coaching like that. We did do a really good job putting pressure on the rim. We got to the paint 82% of the time. And statistically speaking, within how we play, when teams are in rotation, our guys do a really good job of playing for one another. 15 assists on 32 baskets. That's a decent percentage. But us getting to the paint and keeping them in rotation, now that gives us a chance to get an offensive rebound. And we're okay at doing that. And then on the flip side, defensively, how can we not get in rotation by guarding 12 and 2 so that we have a chance to get a defensive rebound? Because once we're in rotation, we're too small. And we're outnumbered on the weak side. And I thought we did a pretty good job with that as well.
Right
Hey, Buzz. The key, for lack of a better word, what to the defensive success y'all had against their three-point shooters, and I know y'all played well, especially of late defensively. Did you even outdo yourself by keeping Flowers from having a three-pointer?
Yeah, so our staff is what we've tried to do, Olin, is I know you've watched us play every game except when you took vacation to Vegas during conference play. Within our Seattle 3 concept, our guys have become very good at executing it as the ball moves. And then our staff has done an incredible job at trying to decipher whether it's Oregon, whether it's Wake, whether it's Washington State, specific to how they are at their best. What adaptations are we going to make to Seattle 3 to try to control their best players? Is it 12? Is it 2 tonight? Was it 31-0 against Wake Forest? And then this late in the year for our guys to handle those changes conceptually is good. But then for them to execute those changes is, I think, why we're still playing. And similar to what you saw against Wake, even against Oregon, tonight, those changes specific to 12 and 2, it's not just the guys that are on the ball, it's the guys that are behind the ball. And those are the guys that are making the difference because we're anticipating it, we're in unison, we're aggressive while being disciplined. And for the most part, we've played without fouling. We didn't at the start of the game. But I think that has been a big portion of why we're still able to keep playing.
Yeah, Coach, kind of the same question I asked them. Things seem to open up. Was it just simply the zone that allowed you to be a little bit more aggressive to the paint, or what kind of caused that opening up to where it was just drive after drive?
Yeah, I think it was a little bit, Travis, of what you and I talked about when you came to the facility the last time. It becomes matchup specific. They had 35 guarding Mo. They had 12 guarding Boots. And so within how we're playing offensively, we're paying attention to how you're guarding us and who you are guarding us with, because within what we're doing, all of it is interchangeable. Henry's probably not completely interchangeable. He can do 2 things. Aaron, Ethan, JB, they're only going to do 1. But the rest of those guys on our team, we can kind of manipulate it and be malleable in how we want to adjust. And I thought it's just the reps where we're more comfortable. Hey, we're running to play Travis. And normally when we run Travis, the original version looks like this. Okay, run Travis, but we're going to change spots. And we're just changing spots based on what the matchup is. And then I think when you can get a team in rotation, there's just by osmosis, everybody feels like, yeah, I want to go downhill. And we weren't playing off 2 feet early. But then when we adjusted to play off 2 feet, I think that's where the assist came, and we were playing at a rim shot. Yeah, 56% of our possessions we got to the rim, and we scored at a 62% rate. Those are green numbers.
All right, the last 2, 1 here and 1 here. That's right.
Oh, hey, I'm Grant Gasper of the Battalion. I don't know if I heard right, but you said P. Diddy. Is that an actual play in y'all's playbook, and then why is that the name for it?
Yeah, so without giving away all of our secrets, every play has a unique context to how it came about, and there's always a code in the word. And I've never been the coach that wants to say what the play is that describes the action. I spend a lot of time studying football, and I don't know anything about football, but those football plays have a lot of words, and all of those words are triggers. And so I don't ever want to do that as a basketball coach, because the coach can hear me, the players can hear me, And so we've kind of adapted a language of there's code words within the play call. And so I'm too old probably to call a play P. Diddy, but our players think it's cute and they remember it. So, but there's a code within P. Diddy and they know what it means. And so one of the officials said, he asked me the same question you did. I felt like I was at a press conference. And I said, you worry about what's happening out there, not about what we call our plays.
All right, last question right here.
But as your players feed off each other so much, Henry was huge coming out in the second half. Next thing you know, Haas hits a big three and gets the foul. Just talk about how they feed off each other.
Yeah, I think that's why we're still playing. I think there's a camaraderie that our guys have off the floor that's as genuine as I've seen in my 28 years in college coaching. But the thing that we've tried to emphasize over the last couple of months is we need that camaraderie off the floor to be evident to everyone that doesn't know who you are on the floor. And I think if you watch us play for the first time in person, or maybe even if you're watching on TV, I think you can sense it. I think you can feel it. I think you can see it. I think you can hear it. There's just great symmetry between those guys. And I think it's because of the character of who they are and how they were raised. There's not any drama going on in our program. There's not any selfishness. There's not any, well, let's have a kumbaya meeting. Buzz, go talk to this guy. We don't do that. And I'm not saying we should. I'm not saying we shouldn't. I'm not saying I can coach. None of it am I saying like that. But we all are transparent in how we talk to one another and in how we treat one another. And when the words are not right, when the body language is not right, when there's not humility and genuineness in how we treat one another, even when it's me, we stop it immediately. And to me, that's an intangible. It doesn't have a number assigned to it, but that's as big a reason as why we're still playing, and we've won 13 out of our last 15 games as any.
Okay, thanks.
Hey guys, she has been doing this longer than everybody on this side of the press conference. And she was here in 2008-9 season when I coached my first time at Marquette. And so she's seen my kids grow up and she remembered her and my wife. That's how good she is.